Hi guys, on our previous video we talked about uh, a, a photo of a bench, and if you remember that something, it was something like this. It was something like this, or we can review it from our saved folder from here. This was the picture. And before that we edited or saved this photo, and this photo, this photo, and this photo. So today I will show you more photo, uh, and guide through what you should do when new photos come on your way, and how to save them, or how to process them, or what and how to handle them. So let's see with our practical sample. Here is another folder of my photography that was done on 4/10/2017. Let's shot some of the photo. All the photos are not good. Like you see, this photo is dark, and this is much darker, and this also seems darker. But here is the thing: though it looks darker, but it's not a problem. We can fix it if we have the raw mode. Then it is fixable. How? Let's edit it with Photoshop. Then I will show you that this is fixable. Okay, so let's open Photoshop. Though I don't recommend you to take your picture on underexposure or under light, you should always try this on mid level, not highlight, not lower light. But it's better you take them on medium level light, so we can increase or decrease them on a safe zone. Okay, this is best practice, but I show you that it's possible to correct this photo, though it is underexposed. Okay, let's see the number. It is 06 number photo. 06, this one. So let's take it to Photoshop. Sorry, maybe it wasn't accordingly. Photoshop is trying to open this. Okay, it's now on Photoshop. Now this highlighted area is seems okay, but I think its shadow area is much underexposed, so we should go to the shadow first. Okay, let's increase the shadow. Nothing happens. Then let's take a white area. Okay, nothing happens much. Let's increase the bright area. Okay, it's working. Its black area is increasing. Now let's see with the highlight doesn't doing much more. Let's increase the shadow. It's working little bit. Let's increase the exposure. Okay, the exposure is doing the job pretty much well. We need uh, I think this is enough. The shadows, we need shadows for the cinematic look. Okay, this, I think uh, this is perfect, and white should be something like this. And blacks, okay, we can turn down the black and increase the shadow also, as it has some impact on his face. Okay, okay, the now you understand the difference between the first one and the second one. Okay, and if you think that tone is not accurate, then you can play with it as you like it was the default. I think it's quite perfect, but if you want to give it a bluish tone or greenish tone, then you can add it. I'm not gonna add it. I'm gonna leave it as it is. um, you can play with clarity also, but it's very sensitive, so you have to be careful when you work with sensitivity, clarity. We can add little bit. Clarity and saturation is enough, we don't need much. And if we want to add some saturation, then we will add it manually. Like this region, we think there there some kind of color can be added. Let's check it, which color it is working on. Must not be red, maybe orange. uh, uh, Orange is working not there, but working on another region. But let's increase it. Let's check yellow. Yellow has some impact on this region, you see. It's not gonna be green, so not the aqua, not the blue has some impact on his pant, so we will add it little bit. It's not the purple, and it's not the magenta. So this region uh, have to be uh, edited manually. Okay, we have the image. Then hit open. Now our image is opened. Let's see. Okay, I told you that I want this region to be saturated much more, so we have to do, we can do this either two way. The first way is to just duplicate this and go there and choose the layer works best for colorization. I am checking darken. This is a normal mode, it will not do anything. Then multiply is making it dark. Let's keep checking. Overlay also do the same. Luminosity, okay. Multiply and overlay or color band, linear band is working quite well. So what I have to do, go to Polygonal Lasso tool and increase our feather about maybe some kind of 20 pixel is perfect. Then select the region I want to be deleted. Select them carefully. I choose them like this. I want these regions also to be colored. I choose like this, and hit and make the last point here and hit enter. So this region is selected. When I press delete, those regions are deleted, and I hit Ctrl D. Now this area is imbalanced, so much darkening. It's not a matter, we have to turn down the opacity, which makes it much more uh, practical. Let's increase or check it, something like this. Okay, something like this is natural, and if you think that this is too much, then again we can also bring the brush tool and manually delete this. It's not a big deal. So our photo didn't have impact, but now it has impact. If you think that it hits his shoe, then control minus sorry, first bracket, and delete his shoe manually. I increase it something like this, and delete his shoe this way. Okay, so I have added color effect here, but I am not satisfied with this. I will add a color layer, something like golden or yellowish, on this layer. So let's go to the color. I think something like this color is fine for me. Then what I do, I hit Ctrl Shift N to make a new layer, hit OK, and now go to our brush, paint bucket, sorry, and fill it with color. Now check which mode overlays is best. I think it's gonna be sublight. Now you see this color burn is gonna work for me, though I'm gonna check with another layers. This is also working fine. This is the main, this is the secondary, and this is sublight. Overlay and sublight is working almost same. Hard light, sublight. So overlay and soft light and hard light. I think I will take this hard light option. Okay, this is cool for me. You see, it's having an impact on his face also, but I will not work there. I just want this part to be colored something like this, and not so much. This was the real, and I will just add effect something like this. Okay, and the rest area can be deleted. I hit Control as second bracket, sorry, it's called the third bracket. Okay, third bracket end, and just manually um, what to say, just manually erase these areas which I don't want to be color affected. Okay. Okay, now we see that our this layer has impact or colored as I wanted. Now I want this full image to have something like golden effect. So to do, we can hit Ctrl Shift N again, or I can hit create a new layer and fill it with something color, some kind of color like gold. Maybe maybe let's check. Maybe this kind of color is gonna work perfect. Nothing, not something like yellowish. There must be something like golden. Hit OK. then I paint with paint bucket. I fully color it, fill the layer with color, then check which mode is working fine. This mode works: multiply, color one, uh, linear, dodge, lighter, overlay, soft light. Okay, soft light is working quite good, but it is too much. We have to reduce the amount. This is 0%, and this is 40%. Okay, now we have a cinematic look on our picture. This was the mode when we opened it, and this is the color added, and this is the color we added later, some kind of golden color, and it has added there. We will remove this effect from this region, just taking our brush and manually erasing it. This is simple. I don't want to add this effect on this region. Okay, I delete it. This is a rough delete if we had, and I don't want this color effect to on his pant, so just I also use my eraser brush here also. You see the boot or shoe was yellowish, that's not perfect, and yellowish layer on his pant, that's not also perfect. Now we have removed the effect from his pant, and if you think that his body clothes also excessive color, has excessive color, then you can remove it also, like this. Okay, now we have added effect on our environment that was bluish, and now this is a goldenish color. So Ctrl Z. Now this is the edit done by us. Now what is your comment? Our main photo was something like this. Here it is, something like this. It was too dark, no theme, no attractive looking, nothing there was, but we added at the first stage. We bring the light back, and if you want to do some this kind of critical thing, that is your image is too much dark, then you can use camera raw mode. That mode has strong power that will help you to do this critical task quite successfully. We did this. You see, our photo was so much dark, but we increased the light quite successfully, and then we put some color on some part, on the lower part, basically color layer, and then a secondary color layer on the top part, and remove some color from unwanted parts, like from his pants and from his shirts. So I think that this thing made you understand this thing quite well. And now if you want to add a much more cinematic thing effect, you can do more, like this. Go to I am gonna show you again from where I started. Go to layer, take a new layer, go to paint bucket tool, go to color, take a color something like black, hit OK, then apply it on your layer. This is gonna be look like this. Then go to the selection area and click it. Then you will find something like this, elliptical marker tool, or you can use this too, rectangular marker tool, no problem. Then go to the feather, use something huge like 250. Let's try it how it looks. It's gonna be look like this. Okay, then hit delete. It's gonna delete this region and it will look like this, but I think this feather is not enough for me, so I hit Ctrl Z and I increase the feather something like 350. Okay, I should make the selection again. Okay, now hit delete. So I think this mode is not working perfect for me, so I hit Ctrl Z again and I go to this circle, elliptical marker tool. Now let's make a selection something like this, roundish, and keep in mind that we have to uh, um, okay, uh, as I was taking this square or something called rectangle marker tool, it was not working, so I will try this elliptical marker tool. Then I draw something like this, and the feather is high, about 250 px. It more than this will also work. I set this region like this and hit delete. Then you see it's deleting something like this, but I think this feather is not much. I will increase like 350 pixel and draw it again like this and hit delete button. Then it's something like this. Now what we have to do, we have to add overlay it, or whatever works best for your layer. You can check it like it's darken mode, cooler burn, lighten, color dose, overlay is working good. Either soft light, it also work fine. Hard light, vivid light, pin light, difference, exclusion, subtract, divide. So we have checked every layer, but I think general normal is also fine. Just we will lower down the overlay something like this. We shouldn't increase it so much, just a little bit. Okay, something like this is enough. So this is the change on our Photoshop. Okay, we added this color on the floor, that making it more attractive, and this color is making it a theme, a yellowish or golden color, and then added a vignette that has added a dramatical mode. So if you think that this area needs to be this area's black thing needs to be much more moved, then I hit again delete, or more, hit delete. That's fine. So we have edited this photo, so we have to save it. Just go to file and go to save as, and let's save our file, edited photo. Here and go to JPEG. Okay, saving 99%, done. Okay, we turn off the image Now let's go to our video folder again. mm, okay, where was it? Sorry, this was the folder. So I was talking about this photo that was so much darker, and after the edit we have got this photo. So uh, this one was original and this one was enhanced. So much difference. This was unusable, and if you try to edit them by general Photoshop method like increasing brightness and contrast, then it will not you will not get much result from it. Okay, let's say, let me show you. um, let's see the original picture, then bring it to Photoshop. Okay, we will not do anything to this photo. Just leave it to default mode, open it. This is the original photo, and now we have to uh, what to say, we will um, edit it on general method, like going to layer, new adjustment layer, adding some brightness and contrast from here. mm, Add some brightness, okay, add some contrast. Now, okay, now you will get only this. That's not uh, okay, that's not good. I delete. If you try with curves, new adjustment layer, from curves, no, it's not gonna work. Or if you try to increase it from new adjustment layer levels, that's also not gonna be work. Okay, you see, it's way too much faded. It's way too much faded. If you try, you will get quite good result from here. I don't say that you will not get any result, but it will not be satisfied by you, as we got the result from the camera raw mode. Okay, so let's go to next photos. We have okay, here it is. This is way too much flat, and these photos indicating a smoking. I will not promote a smoking, so I will just skip those photos. Okay, now let's have this image. On this image, or let's have a look at this image. Okay, let's open this image. On this image he is on a heroic look, but maybe there is some kind of problem. This photo is not looking complete. So what's the difference, or what's the problem here? So what's the problem? To fix this, this is the first and this is the second one. Okay, I will choose this one. Now what's the problem? What's the problem with this image? To fix this, at first I bring it to the camera raw and fix the colors. That has a great problem. His face is looking way too dark. Let's try to fix this problem. Test with shadow. Shadow has some work. Let's see later. White, okay, black, no, highlights, no, exposure, no. So what's the problem? We can add some clarity here to make it much more sharper. If you overdo it, then it creates a problem. Don't overdo it, just increase a little bit. Okay, now I think this image it has some problem on its temperature too. Color mode is little bit greenish. Just increase it little bit to red zone. Okay, now it looks much more natural on color. Now let's fix his face area. Let's increase the shadow. Let's increase no, not the white. Let's increase the black. Okay, and let's down the shadow. Okay, we don't need highlight too much. We can add little bit contrast and exposure may be little much more. No, I'll not increase the exposure. This is right. This is gonna be enough for me, and I'm gonna check the tone whether it is going. This default tone had little bit greenish tone still. Now I turn it to the right, and now see there is a reddish tone on his skin. So I think this is perfect right now, almost perfect. Let's hit open image. Okay, I have opened the image. Still now I am having some problem. Why don't this image doesn't look perfect? Okay, the problem is on the rotation. This image is little bit rotated. To fix this, just rotate. Just okay. Let me show you from first. Control Z, Control D. Hit Control A, then Control T to transform. Then rotate it right from here. I will not take the ruler right now, as I have told you before how to use this. I think okay, this is quite fine. Now he is standing straight, and we cut the unnecessary area like this, like this, like this, and like this. Okay, now this image looks much more appealing, isn't it? Okay, now if you want that this region should look more darker than this, you may do it. There is so much process you can do. Just you can add some brightness and contrast layer, add some contrast, simply add some contrast, then it's gonna be darker. Let's say that this is enough. We will not increase the brightness, it will be set to 0. Then okay, and if you don't allow this body part to be under this method, only the background part, then just go to eraser tool and apply it here on this layer. Okay, sorry, let's make it to 100%. And oops, don't know how it became a smart object. Control Z. Okay, now let's make it again. Adjustment layer, brightness and contrast, uh, okay, I think this is enough. Now let's this tool takes this tool and delete. Let's make this feather 0 and let's try to delete it. Okay, as this is not working, then we will not go for this method, just delete it. I don't know why it is not working here. It should work. Maybe there is some problem. It's not a big deal. Let's just delete it. Just delete it. Okay, now make a second layer of this and hit overlay and set the value as you think it is correct. Something like this is perfect. I'll not go furthermore as it may damage my image. And now take the eraser and delete this layer, body part, just like this. Okay, now we have added the background more darker effect. When you do it for yourself, then erase them more carefully. I'm on just practice, so I will do hurry. It's not a matter. You must do it accurately. So our image has now this look, and let's, if you want to add vignette on this layer, you can add, but we can't add it much effect. Maybe on his backside some kind of vignette effect is gonna work. Okay, now let's take a new layer and give it the black color, fill it with black color. Then we'll just keep this region and hit and delete the other regions vignette, and the feather must be big, around 250 pixel. Let's draw it again and hit delete. I will delete from here also. I'll just keep this and this part only little bit darker. So now go to the overlay and let's reduce its properties, something like around something like this. Okay, something like this, 30 or 40%. Okay, this is just for twist. It's not a mandatory thing, it's just for twist. We have added this twist on our image, so it makes this thing more dramatical. So let's save this again. Sorry, as JPEG. Now I will not save the project. It's not so much mandatory. So right now we have this image, and compared with what is the number 58, and this is the original image. So which is now looking much more better, this or this? This was the original, and after the addition we have this. On this image we have some kind of shadows on our pant. You see, there is a effect on the pant, that is light is bouncing here and there, and this makes a curve. Then we have the yellowish tone on his skin and some kind of light on his face, and he's looking handsome, and the background is darkened, and the real image this was his face was dark, the skin tone was not correct, and he was like rotated. Okay, so this is the change we have made on our two of the photos. Okay, quite massive change, I think. Maybe this image, or maybe this mm, okay, this image, it is the image, or okay, that doesn't matter. The all the pictures are same. So we have this image after edition. So what you think? And this image, what the problem of this image have, do you think? It's a photographical problem. I made this problem while I shot this problem. Can you tell that what the problem this image has? Our model, he is right. He don't have any problem there. He is standing accurately. His pose is superb. Light is quite correct. The focus is also correct. Then what's the problem with this image? Why this doesn't seem to be fulfilled? Can you tell that? Okay, the problem with this image, let me open it on Photoshop. I don't need any change right now. Okay, this image has on his head side, this region we have lots of room, and where he's looking this part also have a big room. The looking space is great, that is also perfect, but he is walking somewhere right now. He is walking somewhere, but there is no space on his walking space. Okay, he is walking or he is going to somewhere, but the line is unfinished. So this is making a problem. So let's assume that let's bring it up, and it's just a test photo. Don't take it seriously. I just increase this layer little bit longer, something like this. I know this is not perfect. This is not perfect, and it shouldn't be. This is for your preview only, learning purpose. Now look, this image now looks much more fuller, much more fulfilled. Right now, you say before and after. Or let's increase it much more. Let's move this image to the top, and let's increase this region little bit more, like Ctrl T and increase it. Okay. Now you see this image seems like much more fulfilled right now. Let me save it. Uh, Let me save it here, JPEG. Okay, I'm gonna close it. I don't need much more work here. Okay, this is the real photo, and this is the after photo. So think that which one shoots best, this one or this one. This one the original, and this one the second one. I think this one seems much more comfortable because he is looking here and he is going somewhere, and it has some kind of room to walk. And this doesn't have much space to go on. He don't have much space where to go. So I think that now you understand what's the problem of this frame was. Did, this frame had. So we have completed this folder. I have some frames, but that is related with smoking, so I'm not gonna uh, deal with that with them. And just go to let's go to another folder. Mhm. Mm, Now let's look at this photo. Mm, this is a photo. This is a raw photo. I think let me show its properties. File properties. I think I used flash here. Flash mode, no flash. It wasn't flashed. ISO was 400 and shutter was 1 by 125. F was f5. So this photo, what the this is generally a normal photo. There is nothing much on it, but although it looks quite good because his face is cleared. It was um, ambient uh, ambient area, all the plants making it the light ambient, but the sun was going down from here. You see the sun right there. So when I saw that sun is going down or it's on that location, I thought that my model should be here and it will create a perfect combination. So whenever you are user see all your surroundings and always think that what combination can I use, what I have, and what how they can be used for the best. On this condition, I have the sun right there. My model was walking here and there. I told him, hurry, quickly lie down on the floor. I have to uh, shoot a picture. He wasn't he didn't understand what the hell was going on. He just lied down and he give the pose, and I have the beautiful picture right now. It's naturally the sun wasn't added. It's naturally beautiful. And here is the edited version. The unnecessary things are removed, though it wasn't removed. It should have been removed. So I will not go for the edited version. I will show you this image, how to edit it, or how what kinds of changes should uh, I should I should have made. Okay, there is another photo of this version. You see, let's edit this one. I open it on the Photoshop and I make it default. Everything is to set to default. This is the natural photo. At first everything is quite fine. I just add some contrast or darken these plants, or I can although every plant is green, I can bring down the uh, light of these greens should look more darker, so I can bring down their light like this. Okay, the greens should go down, the yellow they should also go down so much, it's getting so much like this. Okay, the saturation can be increased. Green saturation is increased and yellow also can be increased. Now this is the image, and now let's go to the main area, basic area. mm, I think there is nothing much to be tweaked. Everything is almost fine. The white can be, shadows. Shadows, highlights. Highlights is the highlighted part or much more lighted part. It should be in it can be increased, like this. The contrast can be little bit increased. mm, so I think this is enough. Nothing much more needed on this photo. And now let's open this image. Okay, I have opened this image. Here it is. First thing first, I have to remove this debris from here and there. I hit space and hit control plus and hit space. It will bring the hand and move it, and let's remove them. Okay, uh, go to the brush tool or healing brush tool. I will work with brush tool. Just select it and bring it here. Now the problem is solved. And there is another debris there. I will remove it also. Now the basic problem is fixed. There is a debris, you can remove it. So things no visible things are now. I can remove it. Okay, now my first problem is gone. This photo is now clean, neat and clean photo, a beautiful one. Now if you want to edit much more effect, then you can do it. Like if you want to darken this area much more, you can just copy it and add overlay. Sorry, overlay isn't working. Then you can add, oh sorry, we didn't copy it. Just make a copy. Now check what mode works best. Multiply also works superb. Just we have to go down or lower down its properties. If you like something like this deeper, okay, it's enough. This was previous and this is the after, or you can go furthermore like this. It was before and this is after. Now this image is looking more deep. But if you want to recover the face light, just go to the elliptical marker tool. As this is a smaller picture, you can just take it like 10 pixel. 10 pixel is enough. Go here and delete the regions. Okay, his face is becoming lighter. There is much more methods you can achieve or do this. At this moment I am feeling comfort with this method, or you can use eraser tool, no problem. Okay. Now our before and after. uh, this is it. This was the before, this is the after. This was before, this was after. Okay, this is it. This is so simple. And now if you want to add thematical vignette, if you think, you may add. If you don't think, you may not add. Let's check this. I will keep the vignette on only this area, okay, not the top. So let's make a big huge size circle and just delete it, or if you want softly, then increase the feather like 250 and draw it again, something like this, and hit delete. Okay, I think it's on his head, so I should go down, much more go down, very much. Okay, now, and now this is, I think this is okay. Now let's see which one works best. It may be overlay or it may be sublight. Okay, sublight is working perfect, I think. Okay, if you think that this is too much, then move the slider on your wish. I think this is enough. I shouldn't go much further. And now I think that this effect on this area will make the sun much more better. So let's just copy it and bring it to the top and hit Ctrl T and hit or rotate like this. Okay, and bring it down. You see, hit enter. This has added effect on this part also. Now okay, this is enough. You can test whether it should be much or lesser. This is 0, this is increased. Okay, now this part is darker, this part is darker, and this sun is glowing like a glitter. So this is amazing. Now this has very much appealing effect. Now if you want to add much more twist on this photo, then you can add something like glow from sun, that looks like a glow from sun. You can add shift, you can add a new layer, then go to color picker and go on your sun. See that what color of your sun you will take. Let's take this yellow color of our sun, then draw a layer like this. Okay, my brush opacity is 88%, so I have to fill it, and flow is 100%. I also fix this. Now draw something like this. You can do this by elliptical marker tool also. I'm just practicing with it. Okay, now go to filter, go to blur, go to Gaussian blur. Now increase it something like this. Okay, I think something like this is enough. Okay, or this. Now let's have another test with motion blur. Motion blur creates basically this horizontal or this vertical blur. You see this kind of effect. If I rotate it, you see it's creating something like this. If I rotate this will create something like this, Okay, this seems that it's coming out behind him from his legs and coming to our camera. This is also fine. Either we can use both of them. This to do this, I have to make another copy of this layer. Just make a copy, first turn it off. At first we apply this effect on this layer 2, go to blur, go to motion blur, and increase your effect and just rotate it as you think your leg should be. No, this doesn't look good. This doesn't this looks much more perfect. mm, hmm. Okay. uh, okay, okay, this works fine. Okay, and now um, I turn it off for this time, and I turn this on and create a Gaussian blur. Hmm, okay, I will not make it uh, much bigger. Okay, something like this is enough for me, and now let's turn on the effect. Okay. Now what we have done, that we have a simulation like that our sun is giving some kind of light, and it is coming from his backside. Okay, I think the sun is looking some kind of unnatural, so I will reduce it. Okay, this is perfect. Now let's save our photo, and if you think his skin tone is not correct, you can add skin color. Should we add this color? Okay, we will see this on the next chapter of our video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.